let's just jump into game 2. I'm excited to see
What time is it, Brandon?
It's time for Peas and Beats.
I thought you were going to give me the peanut butter jelly time. I thought you liked it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to appropriate my acculturation.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Sorry.
We're on stream, man. Jeez.
And Spencer Kett. To hell with it.
That's a good idea.
Let's call the whole thing off.
So what does Cloud9 do here? I mean, I would probably look at the Geb pick as unsafe, maybe do it later.
Okay.
It seems like Eager went and going, they're going to pick Geb and we're going to kill it a lot. I don't like rocks. Jeff can go kick rocks.
Yeah, what was the biggest efficiency there? I didn't really like Bellona. I don't really like Bellona in the current meta that much.
Oh, you're drunk.
A little. But I still don't like Bellona that much.
I love
as a first picker. First pick for Eager, what's it going to be?
I mean, well, I would say run the Athena back.
You know what I'd say? It's going to be Sobek. Show me Sobek.
It's going to be Sobek.
Why is it Sobek?
All right, pass or play, Bart.
I'm playing.
Right.
Let's go.
Okay.
Cloud9, they're going to take Janus Thor.
Okay, Janus Thor on the table here. First one's going to be Janus. It is selected. Second pick. He's playing a win here. Picking, and that's strike 1.
All right.
We're going to move on over back to
Back
the
to
side
Eager.
of Eager.
All right, Eager's going to take, I do think they take Poseidon, Athena. Oh, no, Athena's banned. So they're going to take Poseidon. Maybe this could be a Raw setup game as well. They could take something like a Raw Freya, Poseidon Freya, although those aren't really Zapman. Freya's not really a Zapmanner.
All right. So what's your call here?
My call here is it'll be Poseidon and Naja. Okay, Poseidon.
So you're still calling the Poseidon?
I'm still calling the Poseidon. It could be a Raw. I mean, it's either Poseidon or Raw. It's going to be a big burst ultimator, and it will be Poseidon. So back to Cloud9 now, where they will take they'll take their Hunter choice in this position, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, Geb was very early. I feel like they're going to be drafting into killing Geb, but if there's one thing that's going to do well for Cloud9 is that where Nemesis was ulting Geb almost every single time, that can't happen anymore because Nasha ulting Geb is a nightmare. It does nothing because Geb's passive reduces crits by 75% of their damage.
Yes.
Or
275%.
275%.
Reduced by 25. Zapman's Uller banned away yet again?
Rather, it takes away a third about.
Come on, Red.
It's 125% damage at a 200% damage.
Right, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Yes.
With Deathbringer goes up to 175. So Geb just doesn't care about Nasha. This is Geb's best matchup in the game.
All right, back to the counter picks here as Uller and Hades are removed from the pool. Good Hades ban there, I think.
Hades? I didn't see Baskin going Hades there at all.
I didn't either, but hey, I still like the ban. It synergizes well with Naja, right? They're just trying to remove things that just synergize super well with Naja. Xbalanque taken away, put in the hands of CuDDa.
That's kind of surprising considering how well
that Yeezy was.
Yeezy was great last game.
Yeah, and I don't think Eager is going to play Huyi from the order side.
Yeah, Zapman, I've never known to love the character. Bellona going to be taken. Now they're going to have to go into a Hunter as well. Nasha does look for some auto attack base, so things like Midgardian Mail get much stronger here. Things like Frostbound Hammer as well. Final pick for C9 is going to go to Baskin for the solo lane. Guan Yu?
Oh, I was actually going to say this one. Earlier on, though, I thought the dog to go into Naja.
Well, not only just Nasha, it goes well into Bellona. It fights well in that lane. He loses for, I would say, the first 4 levels, and then at level 5 trades amazingly. Going on later, say level 9 to level 13, he actually wins the matchup. So this is a really strong pick, but the late game potential is somewhat weaker, especially considering that Poseidon most likely going to go into a very early beads. I don't see a lot of potential from this from the end game, given the fact that they have 1 carry. I guess maybe 2 with Janus, but their front line is going to be significantly weaker than Eager's.
Well, into the game we go. Eager up a game to 0 over Cloud9. This is the final game for Saturday, and it is game number 2 of the day of the week, which is Saturday. It's the final game of your match of the week.
How's your FP doing this week?
Free FP week.
Free FP week every week.
Every week's free FP week for me. I just gave myself 100,000 and then just didn't play. That's the best way to go, right? Pretty well actually.
I was cool. I only have like 20K. I only bought like 9 of that.
Oh, so yeah, no, you bought it. Even with your fake money, you bought it. I just put the
gems are not fake money.
They're fake money for you.
Gems are real money.
It's like Itsy and Scratchy dollars. It's like real money but fun.
Our viewers are not old enough to understand that joke.
Press 1 in chat if you...
There goes the chat. All right. Press F to pay respects to the chat that just died.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Put a cool cat in chat if you're,
watching Shing play Xbox.
Shing play Xbox.
Yeah, there it is. I like what MLC's doing here. He's hiding behind the tower so that he can see...
Why do you like... Really? Why?
Because he hides around the tower to see if anyone decides they're going to run up the mid lane for ganks, which is actually
Can they not
pretty
see
popular.
him behind the tower there?
And they cannot see him behind the tower.
Okay. Because Janus is a slight man.
Yeah, he's
or
very
robot
tiny.
man.
He's very, I don't think you can really see anyone aside from like Kepri, maybe Geb.
Gebs, Kepris, Amirs.
If you aim it correctly, they won't
ilk.
see you. But I don't expect. I was going to say I don't expect invades. Well, shame on me.
Brandon, you are so wrong, aren't you?
Shame.
But they're going to turn the corner looking at red, and they're going to immediately realize
See you
that
later,
BaRRaCCuDDa into the cripple. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And ghost them. Away they go.
You know, this is something that I look at Denial for. And Denial loves invading, but when they usually do it, it tend to come out in the first game. I like what Eager does because this is not the first time we've seen this. They win the first game, like barely. They play super meta. They play super fundamental. And then game 2, they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they call that the hi-rez Bart.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah, that invade in game number 2 after barely winning game number 1. That's me.
That's you?
That's all me.
All right.
I pioneered that strategy back when I was a professional Smite player.
All right, that's another cool cat in chat if you ever heard one, right?
Cool cat in chat if you believe that story.
Oh,
if you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, don't put a cool cat in chat.
Just write cool cat.
Just write it, yeah. You don't get emails.
Post the entire script to Star Wars Episode 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Is that a spam thing?
I don't know.
The copy pasta?
I don't think there's a character limit.
We open on Hoth.
Oh, that's Episode 5 part.
Wait, what did you say, 4?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. Is that a good one?
What do you mean you didn't watch it? Don't talk to me. For the rest of the
We
cast,
open on Tatooine.
we open on a Star Destroyer. Or the Rebel Alliance ship.
No.
Now Vader comes in.
No.
What do you mean no?
That's not how that movie starts.
The Star Destroyer's chasing the Rebel Alliance ship.
No.
And then you come in and the Stormtroopers...
No, I don't believe it.
Oh my
I
god.
played Battlefront.
All right. Omega's in some trouble here. Disarm was good. It hits both of them, actually. Disarm wasn't good. Disarm was godlike.
That back tap nearly did it as well, but Omega, he'll skate free here. No death before 2 minutes for the Soul Laner. That's always good. You want to be level 5 at
If
least.
he gets brutalized, he just dies. Look at Andy. He's like, I'll tank creeps.
Yeah, and he's like, okay.
Oh.
Okay, wait, no.
Hey, man.
now it's pretty even.
That you don't want to trade that. I mean, if he got caught there by some random nonsense and died, that would have been a big loss.
Stealth going to take a tap in the booty.
He went back, still took the portal. He's like, no, I don't care if I'm near the exit now. I'm taking this
He's like, I
portal.
want that extra movement speed.
I earned this.
Remember, Threshold, every time you go through Portal, it does give you bonus movement speed. That is Janus' passive. So.
Assuming he has Threshold. I mean, he's level 5. He
No.
could have taken...
No. Threshold is the name of the ability. And then what's the name of the passive for Janus? It's something like, it may also be Threshold.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because every time you go through a portal, you get like, what, a small bonus movement speed, like 3% or something.
And I think it's much more than that.
Well,
and
it stacks,
it
doesn't it?
stacks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like
It
each time it's
increases
a
his
little, and then
movement
it stacks.
Very high.
Yeah.
DaretoCare.
D2C.
And Baskin just died.
Yeah, this should be the death of old...
Oh, no!
Jeez, boys.
And Baskin
Gifted a life there.
hands together, jumping to Europe, praying to BaRRaCCuDDa for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was...
That was the Paradigm luck, where someone on Paradigm steps out of position, and everyone just misses their abilities. Zalia gets to walk away. He's like, no, I calculated that. It's just like, Zalia luck is the new pawn luck to me, where he gets out of these situations because people like panic and miss shots, and Zalia is so good at juking that it just adds up to this miraculous factor. That was the BaRRaCCuDDa right there. I love it.
You know, just solo cast?
I mean, I guess.
Tell us all about BaRRaCCuDDa.
I love BaRRaCCuDDa. You gonna
Do
buy
you?
the
I
shirt?
love the song. The song gets stuck in my head like nonstop.
You see, he did like an AMA, the guy who made that song.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, on the
Christopher
Smite
Tin
Reddit.
is his name.
What?
Christopher Tin.
Yes,
The name of the album is Calling All Worlds,
Okay.
and it is the
Is it Culling?
Calling.
Oh, Calling.
Also Culling probably is the
Those are
OST to Civilization 4.
Much different.
Yeah. Then he has another album too. It's called like World in a Drop of Water or something like that. Some kind of very metaphorical.
Too deep for me.
Yeah. Side
Shout-
Whirlpool also pretty deep.
Shout outs to Katy Perry.
Why?
I like Katy Perry.
Oh, okay. Do you? Do you really? Or
I
are you
like
just being
Lady Gaga.
incendiary?
I don't like Katy Perry.
Yeah, okay.
I dig me some Gaga.
How do you feel about boba tea?
Who?
Boba tea.
Boba tea?
Boba tea, like the drink.
Oh, like bubble tea.
Yeah, but boba tea.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you like the pearls?
I actually don't like
Not a
pearls.
tapioca guy.
I like milk tea, amber tea, things like that.
I like milk tea.
Yeah. Good times. So Smite's happening.
It's a slow game,
It's
isn't
been
it?
a very slow game.
Yeah.
One kill in 4.5 minutes with Krakens on the board is very strange.
Well, it's kind of the idea, right? Because, like, Eager's like, okay, well, we'll invade them, and then we'll play this kind of slow-paced farm game until we can team fight. And Cloud9's like, damn, they invaded us. We got to play this slow-paced farm game until Xbalanque can win it 40 minutes.
Can we take a look at Golden Hand here? Neith got to be getting close. Oh, not. Actually, yes, is very close at this point, but low on mana. Is it 2050 at this point, or is it 2150? Or no, it's 1950.
1950,
she has it. She has it.
Because he has the rank 1.
Good timing too with that being completely
pre-5.
out of mana.
Ooh, that's real fast. Well, he got first blood, didn't he? Yeah.
That bluestone did work in that lane. He has a 400 gold advantage, minus a little bit. BaRRaCCuDDa will have his Transcendence online as well, but did not go into that bluestone. So there will be a pretty significant damage advantage, especially considering that Zap also has ability casts that do ridiculous amounts compared to Poison Darts, which is decent, Rising Jaguar, which is decent.
And shoutouts to the Eager Neith skin there.
Oh yeah, rocking the Eager Neith skin.
So pretty.
She's all right.
No? What's your favorite team skin?
Probably Enemy Bacchus.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He looks good in that shirt, man.
I like Enemy Bacchus. I like Fnatic on her, too.
Yeah. Oh, and Titan Vulcan actually probably wins for me.
It's the one that looks the most like a skin.
Yeah, it does. It
I
looks
agree.
like a skin and not just like repping a shirt.
Yeah. But Neith's showing that midriff, though, with that Eager shirt.
Inappropriate.
Why? It's not Carnival skin.
Man, that's a crazy skin, man. So mid camp still down. Most of the buff still down. Zapman charging
the old
a
the El Clasico. That's the Amelito.
That's the Amelito right there. It's like, nothing's happening, but
nothing's happening. I'm gonna charge this ultimate.
And everyone's just like, what do I do?
He's like, oh god, Neith's charging the ultimate. I actually like the point that Tom made about that. I think it was yesterday when he's talking about, maybe even earlier today.
Okay.
Where he's talking about that, like, obviously, he's Neith's charging the ultimate, and like, maybe you're throwing the team off there. But another thing that maybe you don't think about that does is that it clutters up the comms, right? If you constantly are having to say Neith's charging the ultimate, Neith's charging the ultimate, it gets repetitive, it gets boring, and maybe you start missing other calls that are trying to take place over that, like let's engage or fight. It's a kind of an interesting way to think about what that does to a team's communication and mental state.
So I'm looking at the Hunter comparison once again, and it doesn't seem like there's a big enough advantage right now where Zapman can stay comfortable. At this point, BaRRaCCuDDa almost had the same advantage. The whole team advantage was about 1,000. Right now, Eager has about 1,500, so there's a little bit more across the board for Eager than Cloud9 had in the previous game. But the Hunters are closer because of BaRRaCCuDDa's forcing Zapman into the tower. Zap's taking this a little bit slower than I would have expected given First Blood plus Bluestone.
Yeah, that dual lane's certainly going to factor in, as we saw in the last game as well, pretty heavily.
Oh, speaking of blue, Bart,
once those Hunters come online.
Look at these guys.
Right side, Baskin, he knows no fear, apparently.
And that was
They got his beads. That beads one?
I did not expect. Yeah, that was a 3-minute beads. I don't think he absolutely needed to do that there.
Well, he doesn't die to it.
No, and he won't die to the Eagles
I think it's like maybe a coin flip that DaretoCare even throws that ability under tower. So he just gets wrong. I'd say it's a 50-50, right?
Jeff throwing down
Jeff
the
had
Aegis.
enough. Jeff's like, you know what? I'm buying Aegis right away this game.
Yeah, no blink online at all. It's just Aegis. No Heavenly, no weakening. He just goes right into defensive active, which is not something that is extremely popular aside from beads, which you can actually see Sobek has picked up as well.
Curiouser and curiouser.
We have a cudgel coming out for Fenrir. Now, I'm assuming that this is not going to be Frostbound. Oh, caught him! There's in trouble. Omega's in trouble.
Down, securing that one. Omega's going to be forced to ult away. First hit is there. Over the top comes the Unchained. Doing what he can is PBM with that tail whip on Sobek. And, I feel like teams, they're like, Sobek is this flex pick that we pick. But he's really way better as a solo laner, isn't he?
No, I mean, I don't think he's way better. I think he's a damn good support. I mean, he has great frontline potential. I mean, he doesn't need a lot of items.
Gator on the stick here.
See you later, man.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I'm not sure why MLC chose to back off the way that he did. He probably could have been attacking the tower a bit sooner. They'll get it either way. I think the biggest thing to note during all of this happening was that Lassiz never engaged on either side. He took a wave in mid and then backed, and now is working his way finally over towards the Gold Fury. At this point, they should be able to get this for free. I don't know why Cloud9 would expect otherwise, but they're allowing them to do this uncontested.
Oh, they're
just
now falling back, right? So it's exceptionally free.
And we'll watch as it spikes right back in Eager's favor to the tune of the 1,200 that they had just lost. We got the experience being even. Gold difference still in favor of Eager, although 1,200 at 9 minutes is like not right home to mom status.
Fenrir is going to Unchained over the wall, take away that orange buff.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got it.
Now Omega trying to do everything he can.
Another Unchained coming out. Neith ultimate going to be fired this time as well, and they really want Baskin.
Oh,
Force out the
someone ate it.
Ragnarok. And someone ate it as well in the mid lane, so.
Shame he used that Ragnarok expecting the fact that he was going to get hit by that. He would have gotten away from the Whirlpool. You can jump out of it on reaction. It wouldn't have been contested, so
it looks like Stealth ate the ultimate as well.
What's up?
Looks like Stealth ate that ultimate. Unless Get picked it up with his shield active.
Yeah.
He's the only one with health missing.
So looking at the board, Eager, again, still has a small advantage. I think they have to start pushing this now. DaretoCare is not going to have the same endgame, considering the fact that he's going super assassin this game as opposed to the very tanky assassin that he went last game. And Bellona's not going to be nearly as tanky as Sobek, although they do have a Sobek that also replaces the Athena, which means their engagements aren't as effective. Eager has a much different strategy they're going to have to employ this game.
Nothing really cooking here from Stealth. They take quite a bit of damage from the ring toss from Naja. Naja doing a fairly decent job keeping pace with the Thor, who does have a couple kills to his credit as well on andinster. But just a little bit behind in the experience and gold department.
So, Bart, we get to the end game, right? You know, Nasha has his Jotuns online. He's got his Deathbringer. Who are you going for? You looking for BaRRa or are you looking for Stealth?
I think it depends on the positioning, right? We saw this in the last game.
Zapman.
Or, I'm sorry, Zapman. BaRRaCCuDDa's going to root it out. It's MLC Stealth up until they're trying to assault your base, and then you have to kill Xbalanque so he can take the tower. Zapman going to backflip away from the aggression for now. Spin to win is there. The Sash Toss comes out. Zapman gets clipped by that Janus ultimate, and that could and should be enough for Thor to pick up the kill. Doesn't matter because in comes MLC. There's the Wind Fire Wheels used by Naja. This will do a decent amount of damage. They'll pluck back Janus into the tower there, and
he's out.
Away he'll go. I believe that option is covered, however, in the jungle by Lassiz through a Kraken, but it's aegis away by Stealth, and Stealth with the hot plays.
Yeah,
this is why yesterday, when asked, I said MLC Stealth is the best mid laner in North America.
That was a sexy engagement. You know, we see Thor go up into the air, so everyone's waiting for Thor to come down, and then Stealth comes out of nowhere, just shotgun zap right to the chest. Then he gets hit by PolarBearMike, gets flung back, still makes it through the portal, baits out the Kraken, aegises it, lets his team get in there, and still finishes the kill off. Incredible.
DaretoCare, he's in a lot of trouble here.
Sheepers.
And yeah, the Sash just off the mark there. Andinster didn't have the mana for the Berserker Barrage, and well, they'll get even more out of that as they take down the mid tower and the tier 1 on the left. So Cloud9, even though Eager did pull ahead with that Gold Fury, they're going to answer back in spades here as they'll get 2 towers and a few kills.
Yeah, big time switcheroo here as Cloud9's going to take back pretty much everything. We'll go to the graphs to show you how it's shaping up, and you'll notice a steep decline from 1,200 in favor of Eager to about 1,100 in favor of C9.
And this Thor for Andinster, 4-0 and 2, 100% kill participation. And it's one of those god and player combinations you really just don't want getting out of hand. Andinster, very similar to Gars in respect to how well he can play his signature gods.
See, to me, it's not a combination for Andy. It's just you never want Andy, no matter what god he's on, to get ahead. Did he steal it? And yes, he stole it.
Yeah, he's going to by Naja.
Oh!
The way he goes.
Windfire Wheels was used there, it seems.
Was it?
Yes, it was. He beads.
Trying to catch the timing in between the beads usage and the ultimate being channeled, and just didn't get it in time. They do get a 3-minute beads out of that, though.
What DaretoCare likes to do is he'll wait like a quarter of a second to try to make sure that you beads, or that he's trying to bait you into doing it, and he does it in the same fashion every time, almost like a poker bluff. He never tries to change the strategy up when he's going in, when he's going all in. He's always going to have that same poker face. He's going to dive in when he needs to and go for it, or not go for it to go for the beads. And almost every time up until this point with someone on beads, he's held it, which is why I think he expected MLC Stealth not to beads there. He thought he had the read, but still either panicked or knew it. What's up?
The old no mix-up, mix-up.
The no mix-up, mix-up. And Dare's going to fall. No escape with that Windfire is going to bring him down quick. 1-7 now.
Yeah, the second they realize that ability was down, they're just going to go right for him the second they see him.
I think that's also one of the reasons that Nasha is picked very rarely up until this split, is the fact that if you pick Nasha and your ult's on cooldown, or you don't get that ult, you die.
Yeah.
That's all you do. That's why his ult passive was like, hey, if you die, you heal your whole team basically to full. It was great.
Right, because he dies all the time.
Right, he's just always dead. That's why I love him with Khepri, so that when he lands or misses the ult, he can still be somewhat of a frontliner, because you can't leave him uncontested. I mean, he has a massive amount of crit. I mean, it's 35% crit with just Deathbringer, right? And then he has one of the hardest hitting hits in the game with a 2.0 times modifier in his final hit. If you get crit with that, it's 1,000 damage in the endgame for free.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, high top-end crits are going to come out of Naga in the game for sure. Well, it's 7 kills to 1 for Cloud9 here. You remember that first kill only comes from Eager before the game even started in that invade. And, well, it's a testament to how good of a team Cloud9 is that they've recovered from that. I mean, a lot of teams will kind of throw the towel in after an invade like that.
And BaRRaCCuDDa seems uncontested, right? I mean, right now he's 0-1-4. He's been a part of 4 kills. His decent damage. He's controlling the lane well. He's only 200 gold behind Zap, who at one point was ahead, what, like 700 gold?
Something like that, yeah.
And there hasn't been a Gold Fury. The only Gold Fury actually went to Eager.
Yeah, those towers.
That's
two
true.
Tier
Yeah,
ones.
all 3
all
tier,
tier
ones.
ones gone. No towers taken yet by Eager.
1,500 effective gold, though, on the board for Eager. And they're going to turn their sights again to Gold Fury. Actually, a major grouping. 9 of 10 players here. Will we see a teleport from Omega?
Oh. That was a tough miss by Zapman there. That was a real opportunity to get something done.
Look at that.
Here comes Janus. Perfect coordination with the Sex there. And gets quite a bit of damage out. PolarBearMike's going to pop his ult as well. Lassiz has backed himself into a really tough spot here. He's forced to just eat tons of damage. He'll go down. Kraken was used, not tremendously effective. Lassiz is going to fall here now to MLC Stealth, who's having really a gem of a game. It's a big rotation from Zapman on the backside. He does get one, and they will secure the Janus kill there. And now things can start turning back in Eager's favor. They'll toss back BaRRaCCuDDa.
That's Deicide, boys.
And Deicide. It all fell apart. The second that Janus died, it all fell apart, right? And the Gold Fury has been opened up now for Eager, and they will pull back ahead.
So here's what happens, right? Stealth, Jeff goes around the corner. You see the portal come out, and Stealth just waits for the knockup. He confirms the knockup, goes through, ton of damage comes out, but they chase Dare too far. Dare then tries to reinitiate the ultimate, doesn't get it, and then Lassiz comes in, hits a Kraken, does decent damage, but it wasn't enough to like end the game, you know what I mean? So Lassiz is now stuck in a corner. All of C9's like, oh my god, Lassiz doesn't have Kraken, and he's stuck. Let's all try to kill him right now. And Lassiz stayed alive long enough, you know, through active usage to ensure that he basically baited for his team. With that, they were completely out of position. Omega finally joins the fight and is just laying waste with bludgeons. The PolarBearMike's peeling beautifully, and even though Lassiz does eventually fall, they left all the carries uncontested. Zapman does a ton of damage, Dare gets a few rings off, and eventually it turns out to be a 3-for-1. At that point, there was nowhere for Cloud9 to run. BaRRaCCuDDa was stuck, and after everyone down except for him, they just clustered against a corner, and there was nowhere for him to go at that point.
Well, Jeff, he's going to defend his tower for a moment there, and then go join MLC Stealth here at the mid camps, which they will not actually secure. They were looking to maybe grab Lassiz, kind of sloppily making his way out from the tower, but so they'll get these, and they'll recoup just a bit of that gold. Fenrir, where's Baskin been in these fights?
Baskin actually jumped towards Lassiz and got baited by what looked like an Aegis. Does he have Aegis? Yes?
Yeah, he does. He has a rank 1 Aegis.
Yeah, so he
also
got
those
baited.
back camps spawned kind of right when that fight broke out. Or I'm sorry, right when Lassiz was stuck there as a Xbalanque ultimate fell. And yeah, he was able to kind of kite around them with the Aegis as well. Bought an extra couple seconds.
And, you know, Baskin went all in on Lassiz, tried to get a bunch of damage off, really didn't get anything, and he doesn't have any major defense aside from the Runeforge Hammer. He looks like he's going into Jotun's next for some cooldown reduction. I would imagine a Mail of Renewal afterwards, which you can actually see getting started on both the junglers right now.
Yeah, both junglers closing in on that item time.
Oh.
Valuable for both. Lassiz will take half his HP, as will DaretoCare. Nicely placed Unstable Vortex from Stealth.
I'm loving that combo that they're doing,
yeah.
Where Stealth just gets ready with the portal, Jeff blinks in and gets the Shockwave to guarantee the Unstable Vortex damage. I mean, the issue is they're not really getting anything out of it.
Right, they're chipping away. They're poking Eager effectively, but I just saw when push came to shove and the fight broke out, Eager took a 10-man engagement pretty handily.
And they have a decent lead now, about 2,700 gold, much more sound than the 1,200 we saw from either team about 3 minutes ago.
Looking for their first tower, I'm sorry, second tower of the game here is Eager.
They should have this pretty much.
And yeah, this one's dead to rights. Tier 1 tower in the mid lane, going to fall to Eager, all 5 members here.
I love PolarBearMike's positioning on that too, moving in front of the tower to ensure that no one can walk towards him, and if they engage, right, they're going to be fighting into a Kraken, right, that's going to be backing up the Sobek. There was no potential for a fight for C9, even with the tower. Baskin
into the cripple, Bead's going to be used, Unchain used as well. DaretoCare trying to follow that up, but stunned out nicely there by andinster's Thor.
DaretoCare getting a lot of mileage out of that heal. Even when he has low stacks, he's using it almost on cooldown to ensure that he can just get as much health back as possible and stay fresh. I mean, Nasha, again, one of the squishiest characters in the game without defense, which is why you see him going into this Mail of Renewal. Honestly, aside from Deathbringer, probably his best item, given the fact that he's 100% looking to just kill one person. If he gets that kill proc and starts healing up in a position where they're going to try to burn him down.
Well, we say that kind of like ignoring Jotun's Wrath because it's just obligatory, but Jotun's Wrath is probably the best item in the game. It's up there. I mean, it gives you literally everything.
It's probably the safest item.
It's Executioner Jotun's Wrath, in my mind, for the two probably most oversetted items in the game.
Executioner's way up there. I would still say Wingblade is probably the most overstated.
Well, Wingblade's just insanely cost-effective, but like Jotun's Wrath and Executioner are really pretty isolated in examples of items that give you penetration, power, and one other viable stat.
Right. Well,
right?
You got attack speed on Executioner, and then it's like mana, I guess.
Mana on Jotuns, yeah. What's power, pen, CDR, and mana?
See, I love
right, so
Chronos
CDR
Pendant.
there.
Chronos Pendant is my jam, right? Especially for early lane. You got mana per 5 coming in, a ton of damage at 70, and then you have that 25% CDR as well. I mean, they're very similar items.
Yeah, but put pen on it, and now all of a sudden you got Jotun's Wrath.
You heard it. Next patch, it's coming. Oh, took him out of the Kraken. This actually might work out for C9.
Yeah, that's going to go better in C9's favor. Baskin now can reinitiate Askin. The Thor, Janus ultimate comes through as well. Aegis is used now by EGR, and they're trying to bail out of this one. A nice stun there by andinster. They're going to try to find Lassiz. They will not find Lassiz. They will get DaretoCare, however, as the Cataclysm comes out, and they'll do quite a bit of damage to Sobek as well. Bellona off the mark with Bludgeon there, and Zapman gets picked off just to the right of that fight by Fenrir. Away goes MLC still back through the wall, trying to move forward as Omega, but he's going to get CC'd to death. He's going to use his beads as well and try to make his way out, try to heal up a bit as well with the Scourge. And that last-minute Whirlpool from Lassiz may be enough to save his life. But Omega, no, it will not indeed. He's going to get taken down, although it will take them basically forever to do it.
Man.
Still falling.
What were you talking about, how Bellona doesn't fit right now? Like, oh my god, that took 4 people like 20 seconds.
His first pick.
Oh, his first pick. Nah, I still think you're crazy. That character's nuts. Look what she just did. And remember, in that engagement, he swung the bludgeon to hit 4 and missed the slam.
I know.
If that slam hit,
it's a different
someone was
altogether,
dead.
Yeah.
120% extra damage.
Well, Gold Fury is going to be the target now for Cloud9. Look at this Janus.
Turnaround.
I don't know why that's the sound effect, but it is.
BaRRaCCuDDa, Aegis plus Get
Everybody's
Shield.
getting Aegis.
And they're going to actually release the Gold Fury in favor, trying to pick another kill off. They'll find Lassiz. PBM very low as well as DaretoCare trying to get away. His slow drastically at taking some damage as well. Looking at Dare, he does have his ultimate available to him, but I don't think he's going to take the fight.
And that's kind of the problem with the Naja versus Janus, where it's being piloted by such a powerful combination. I mean, you kept talking about that Hindla setup for the MLC Stealth Unstable Vortex, and every time that they go for it on a Naja dies.
Look at these graphs.
Yeah, just
this has to be the most even set I have ever cast.
Did you watch the last one?
I think that there were still gold differences, though. It was long games, but there were gold differences.
Yeah, this one's like 2,500 back and forth. It's a 5,000 gold swing max.
Like, this is insane. Both teams are just playing.
And really, that's like all is really what's impressive there is at Cloud9. It's Cloud9 that's super impressive in this game. Eager got the invade and should have had a much larger lead going into the laning stage. And Cloud9 battled back really, really effectively here
I
to
think
keep
a
this
lot
one
of
this
that has
close.
to do with Xbalanque, though, right? He has maybe not a great laning phase, but if he ever gets started, it's going to be very hard to fight into. That, and you couple him with Thor, you know, Zapman has to try to put BaRRaCCuDDa out of the lane. So when Zap is moving up, it's giving Andy freedom to roam around the map, because Zapman then has to think, oh, he could be coming over, which means the jungler DaretoCare has to take extra precaution to counter gank or to try to gank other places. And another big point is I think that missed kill on Baskin, where they double ulted and just completely whiffed, that hurt.
Yeah, that hurt.
Or maybe not double ulted. It was the Eagles rally and the sash that missed. It was a single ult. But it would have been a double ult.
It would have been a double ult, yeah. 6-1-5, 11 of 12 kill participation for andinster through this one. It's a kind of old school andinster performance here.
You know, it's actually one of I think a caster's hardest jobs in Smite is to be continuously surprised that andinster does these things, right? To really have emotion to the fact that Andy has over 90% kill participation and is leading for his team against the second-ranked team in North America, right? Like, and I am surprised, which is crazy. Like, he consistently just impresses everybody.
Serial overperformer.
Until land.
Until Landinster. Landinster, a different man. Although he's had pretty good performances in the past. I mean,
yes,
lest we forget, Cloud9 did win the last land.
And the World Championships.
Yeah.
And a check for 1.3 million.
Yeah, they're sitting pretty.
I love the build, though. I mean, the Mail of Renewal capping out the CDR into the Titan's Bane, going to ensure that no target is safe. And I think the Titan's Bane is a direct response to the fact that it took them like 7 hours to kill Omega in the last engagement.
You know, I'm a little surprised we don't see more Thanatos, given all of that.
Did Khepri get picked or banned?
I don't believe so.
That would be my surprise, though. That and Aphrodite.
I'm not surprised. I'm just asking kind of like why we don't see Thanatos more often, right? Just because
Amazing
renewal, a
penetration.
lot of synergy there. Very good versus Thor, very good versus Naja.
Trying to defend the tier 2, Eager fighting into 5. They have a small advantage here on C9, but honestly, Eager takes the beginning of every fight, right? They have Kraken, they have Windfire Wheels, which means they control the pace of the fight. If one of those ults goes down or whiffs heavily, then Cloud9 can reinitiate. As of right now, Eager still has some control over the game.
Yeah, they still they control their own destiny certainly
Yes.
here. I mean, the next team fight's gonna mean quite a bit, and Cloud9. Big advantage of having all those map controls. If they lose this fight, there's not too much that Eager do to capitalize. Maybe they take one tier 2 off of it, or a tier 1 in the better part of a tier 2. But this deep, if the fight happens here, it's good news.
PolarBear
Eager
and
posturing.
Omega. They're just like, wait, are they indicating Fire Giant? They're forcing the rotation. You can see PolarBearMike trying to move forward immediately. There's no ward coverage for Eager, so they have to assume the Fire Giant has been started.
Yeah, they think it's going down. Looking as PBM. Now they know that there is no fight at the Fire Giant. Cloud9's gone back to continue farming up here.
See, that's actually a pretty big win for C9 because that gave them a free back to spend money. You can actually check gold in hand here, and you'll notice that most of the Cloud9 roster has spent theirs, where there's a lot in the reserves. I mean, most notably, DaretoCare sitting on 2,000 gold right now, which, I mean, he desperately wants to spend.
Yeah, there's 4K basically on the players.
He can go into Short Sword. I mean, Short Sword probably not going to be like the... Oh, no. He's going into more defense. So this is looking like... Oh,
Spirit Robe.
Spirit Robe would overcap him pretty drastically.
It's a Magi's?
Actually,
Hide?
DaretoCare did Spirit Robe with the other 2 items last week. And there was a big argument across Reddit and Twitter talking about the math behind it. And the general consensus is that Height of the Urchin will give you much more effectiveness, even with 0 stacks, based on the fact that you're paying for the CDR that you're not getting, because of the effective health that you gain, or rather the health that you gain. In
so we think it's Height of the Urchin.
So I would assume it's Height of the Urchin, yes.
Big old
it could be
ambush set up here.
Magi's.
VVVA on the side of Cloud9. They're looking for someone from Eager to poke their head into the jungle, but now they've kind of showed their hands. Zapman,
That's a tier 2.
perfect reaction there. Does avoid the kill, but does not hold the tier 2.
I don't think there was a universe in which that tier 2 stayed alive.
No, and Omega doing Omega things, pushing up that right side lane, but not going to be able to really effectively aggress into that tier 2. Not a Vamana or something that really has that really, really strong tower kill and wave flare potential.
Giving it up.
Yeah,
Teleport not going to be covered. Omega has a good chance here, but he really wanted that ring to go off. You saw him rush in. If that ring hit, I expected an Eagles rally, but Sash going to miss as well. DaretoCare is 0 for 2 in this engagement.
Second Sash misses. In goes JeffHindla. PolarBearMike goes down into lurking in the waters. They're going to do damage to Jeff here. They've got the Geb CC, but they haven't done anything about the backline damage dealers on the side of Cloud9, whereas Eager's drastically and rapidly losing health. The ultimate was used on the Baskin Robin by the Naja, but immediately he'll fall down into Ragnarok. He's almost dead here. Omega going to try to secure this one with Scourge. Just barely not enough damage. JeffHindla still very, very low and will be the first to fall in this fight, but everybody on the side of Team Eager critically damaged, except for Zapman, who's still looking for more.
Baskin should be able to teleport here. Does he have the... Yes, he's right back in at full health, which means the Gold Fury should go to C9 here. DaretoCare are going to try to get greedy and stick around, but I don't think this is the right call.
Yeah, he'll take almost all of his HP.
Bye-bye.
And actually all of his HP.
Zapman backflips.
That should be an easy follow-up for the Brutalize. Age is going to be used.
Does he have a
Unchanged
Frostman
to secure
hammer?
this
No, he
one at
doesn't.
any time, and there it is indeed. Zapman to fall to Baskin. MLC Stealth cleans up Lassiz, and it's a delayed Deicide for Cloud9.
That was so great by C9. The big difference is that because of the split push from Omega, he was forced to rotate early with his teleport, and given the fact that Omega didn't get the kill with the disarm, and damn, it was close.
It was very close.
He had to be within
under
50.
100 for sure.
Yeah. He was able to get back, heal up, get right back to the front line, which gave Andy enough backup to ensure that they could run into that and ensure that there was no, I guess, re-engagement from Eager. Cloud9 was able to take the Gold Fury, 2 kills, winning the engagement in the long run. We'll go to the graphs to show you Cloud9 taking the lead pretty drastically.
4K, 4.3K a piece in the experience and gold.
Tier 2 Gold
First
Fury
actual advantage
kills.
here of this game. Eager to counter ward the deep ward from Cloud9, spotting out the Fire Giant rotations coming in.
No
But
one
look at
is
this,
even
Omega.
close
The
to
call's been for
this.
Omega to split push on the left side here, and PolarBearMike, he's just doing what he can to disrupt, but the Fire
Where's
Giant, he hasn't
Lassiz?
slowed it down yet at all. The rest
still
of
dead.
Eager not even going to make it out of the base. PBM just doing what he can. He'll go for a lurking in the water steal probably at some point, right?
I don't think there's enough time at this point. He's real dice rolling
get
at
it?
this point.
No.
And PolarBearMike, he makes the attempt, but will pay for his life. With that, they're going to get a tier 1 on the left side, but Cloud9 definitely poised to take this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's resoundingly okay. And it's not really great. It's
don't do it.
He's got something out of it. Leaping in is DaretoCare. Oh, barely outpaced that, but still is going to quite a bit of damage from andinster. And look at andinster. Smart stuff. Windfire wheels and Kraken used at the same time. Again, miscommunication from Eager. And Lassiz will go down to Baskin in the meantime. Ragnarok was used. DaretoCare beats it on reaction. Nicely done there. Sash comes out, but Andy immediately aegises it. Reaction time's just out of control here. Thor ultimate should be enough here. It is indeed to clean up DaretoCare and force Omega off the mark. Cloud9.
Didn't need it at all. Baskin had that 100% covered. Tier 2 going to fall as the lead extends. C9 in a perfect position. Omega in some trouble here. Eagles Rally still available, but his backup is very low in damage. One of the weakest carries in the game from the Hunter role is going to be Neith, although doing a lot of damage here is Zapman. They're defending successfully so far. The Phoenix has barely been touched.
Zapman's Fatalis here as well, so damage anemic is certainly the name of the game, but he will be able to chase these down if this doesn't go well. And no one's doing damage to the Phoenix here. Finally, Baskin will prioritize it enough to take it down. Can they clean up Omega? They can indeed. This very well could be the game.
Zapman, if he died there, that was probably going to be the end of the game. If not, definitely. Oh, I think that was a missed.
Yeah, accident, certainly.
Yeah, that
It's a beats 3, though, so we'll have it back up. And Cloud9 not going to look to force the issue here. They're perfectly happy with what they got. Still a tier 2 remaining, as well as the Phoenixes, so Fire Giant does have a tremendous amount of HP.
Let's go to Golden Hand and see how much Cloud9 has earned. And it looks like, wow, yeah, 2,300, 19, 17, 14.
Yeah, just under like 9K or so, maybe about 10K represented on the board for the players of Cloud9. So a lot of that net worth advantage pending.
So Andy choosing to overcap by 15% instead of going into the Hide of the Urchin. Baskin going into the Pestilence again, and then Aussie.
Aussie is the thing I'm looking at there.
Honestly, I'm looking at the Nemean line. I don't. They have one auto attacker at this stage.
Well, okay, so the goal here for Baskin is I'm just going to go stop Zapman from doing anything because he's the only threat. Right. That's the Hide of the Nemean line. The Aussie is like,
I'm going to box you, I guess.
It's probably just like I had this 1,800 gold left over. What do? Might as well buy an Aussie, right?
I would have thought Frostbound Hammer, honestly.
A heavy? Well, he couldn't have gotten Frostbound completely. He could have gotten a heavy hammer, maybe for the price of the Aussie.
Well, I meant in the lieu of the Nemean.
Oh, yeah. I like Nemean still, though, because, yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine
I like Nemean
option.
with the Shield of the Underworld.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I was kind of going that way as well, but he does have the beads 1.
But either way, I mean, at this point, builds are definitely secondary, right? The gold is helping. Any stats at this point is still doing well for Cloud9. Overcapping and maybe not maximizing, be damned. Eager has a very hard defense to make here with a 10,000 gold disadvantage. I really love Lass's build, though. I mean, he's got a little bit of CDR, a ton of damage. He's got that Whirlpool for utility. The issue here is that I'm looking at PolarBearMike, and he's super anemic right now. I mean, he doesn't have the Spirit Robe finished, whereas there's a Midgardian able to shut down Zap's damage on the side of Cloud9.
Whirlpool was used there. They try to put the damage out on Andy, and then we'll get his beads.
Good beads, too. I mean, people don't beat Whirlpool enough, I feel.
Ring toss goes out, slowing them. Xbalanque ultimate use as well. JeffHindla moving forward as the Geb, trying to tank up when he can. He's going to throw out the knockup. Hasn't used Cataclysm just yet. Whirlpool used to try to zone in the choke. Baskin's going to snag someone out of the pool as Fenrir, and immediately the beats are going to be used to drop Kraken off the mark there. They baited that Kraken out nicely. One more Phoenix does remain. It's the far left side. Right side did just fall. Eager does hold for the moment at least. They may be able to find a kill on MLC Stealth. They will not. Not fast enough just yet. Baskin Robin in the front line getting eaten up by a Whirlpool, however, and DaretoCare starting to put the damage out as well. Up in the sky goes andinster. The Thor's going to come down into the choke. He finds DaretoCare, but he has the Aegis active, but DaretoCare still melts on the Nausea. Ultimate was used before he did go down, however, so not losing that much damage potential. JeffHindla takes quite a bit of damage from Zapman's Neith. Remember, there is a Fatalis there, so if this does get ugly, it gets very ugly quickly for Cloud9 as they will get chased down by the movement speed of the Poseidon and the Neith, and you see the Cloud9 is going to respect that and fall back to the Gold Fury, leaving one Phoenix remaining.
I think what's going to happen here is they're going to Gold Fury, or maybe take a jungle buff with the purple still being there. They're going to go right for Gold Fury, and then they're going to back spend money and get ready for FG.
Yeah, Golden Hand going to be another 1,000 plus, 2,000 on a couple there.
2K for BaRRaCCuDDa.
Yeah, 2K for the hardest carry there is that's ranged in this game.
It's him or Freya. It's definitely close.
It's Xbalanque.
What?
I'd say it's not that close. It's Xbalanque.
I don't know about that.
Well, just because, I mean, it just in the late game, right? I mean, Freya doesn't do 1,000 damage crits.
Right, but he also isn't critting every time and can't leave the fight for 5 seconds to go, look at how much damage I do in Splash for 600 piece.
Them bombs.
So he finishes up the Deathbringer and goes directly into a dagger.
50% bigger.
What's up?
Remember the Freya bombs? They used to be like 50% bigger. You could shoot them almost twice as far.
Yeah, and she moved faster.
And she moved faster.
Yes.
She had 100% movement speed backwards.
No, I think that was the Fatalis, actually.
No, that was the initial. The initial was like 100% air control.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Same as Chalk's ultimate.
Chalk's ultimate was 100% damage reduction.
It wasn't 100, was it? It was like
yeah,
90.
It was 100.
Wasn't it?
He was completely immune to everything.
That's right. Yeah, it was 100%.
What a day.
And I remember going in and being like, at least make it like 80 so I can see damage numbers. And they were like, how about 50? Like, great. Baskin, he's taking to the fire giant
They
here.
didn't finish it.
And they're going to leash it at very, very low HP.
But they do manage to get the lurking in the waters. Lassiz forced to beads and Aegis, and he gets both. This could be a really good reinitiation for them.
Well, Omega, he's got his work cut out for him here. Somehow trying to find this one. Bludgeon does a reasonable amount of damage.
Ooh,
he
too
beats
early.
away the Ragnarok ultimate. Poison darts off the mark.
Oh, you don't have a way out of here. What are you doing?
Just trying to buy time there.
Lassiz
Cracking
down.
goes out from Lassiz, but not before he gets cleaned up by MLC Stealth, who's got great positioning in this fight. At least to deal damage, not great positioning to survive. You see taking quite a bit. He-Man going to toss him back. MLC still alive. He will go down to Zapman there and the Naja combination, and that will slow down the push quite a bit now.
Oh,
although
Zapman.
all of the darts hit Zapman, he's dead. He got hit by,
Zapman
I think,
peeked around
every
the
single
corner
dart.
at the wrong time.
At the absolute wrong time. Now it's just 2 members alive for Team Eager to try to hold this one out. Titan already taking damage. And this is looking more and more like a split. Cloud9 answering back to that early invade from Eager quite nicely there.
I think this is probably going to be one of the most popular split picks on the fantasy page, probably ever.
Yeah, no one wants to be forced to call this one. As yeah, that's gonna do it there. It's gonna be all she wrote. No way.
Bring him in there.
Huh?
Oh, Geb Shield, no problem. That was a good call by DaretoCare, but I don't see a successful defense. A rather great answer from Cloud9 as we split the set out 1-1 between him and Eager.
Killer set of games today for North America.
Yeah, really amazing stuff. Enemy really playing up today to TSM.
Enemy looked great.
That Kepri Afro calling, man. Like,
yeah, it's hard to beat that one. Looking really good was the first set. Second set, obviously, very, very close, and it goes back and forth between Eager and Cloud9, as you probably would expect it to go at land as well. Let's take a look back at First Blood in this game. And
poor BaRRa.
If that one goes, you know, if that's a 5-game best of 5, who do you think's winning?
Ah, man. Well, I guess we would have to call it C9 because they just did that at the recent land.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, they ran it back, didn't they?
But that First Blood was brutal because it was Sobek pull right into a whirlpool, and then Neith roots you in the whirlpool with Bluestone Pendant. Like, even those 3 alone were getting that kill 100% of the time.
Player of this game, this time around, it's going to be Andy. We talked about his kill involvement the entire time. 9-1 and 10 as Thor. And, you know, I was saying in the first set, right, Gars wasn't making these kind of plays this time around. Andinster seeming a little bit tighter on the Thor this week.
I love that ult, and you'll see MLC get the bait here, and then Andy's just going to come down afterwards and ensure some control on Omega. Remember, Thor's here, and then he just comes in. He's going to block the path off here in just a second to ensure they get the kill onto Lassiz. There goes the Aegis right there, and then boom, Lassiz gets stuck inside the arena with MLC Stealth, who he just wasn't going to catch at that point. Beautiful. That
yeah, and like, you know, we saw a couple times the difference here being Andinster would get those blocks off where Gars was like just a few pixels off, and then be able to sneak out, and it made all the difference here. And a couple times you saw Andinster also like holding Mjolnir's teammates to walk into Berserker Barrage first to catch people out.
How many fingers does this guy have in his left hand? Because he just did 1 and then teleported in after the 2, then auto attack cancel into beads guaranteed into the Berserker Barrage to stop any escape potential.
Yeah, he also used the beads to. There was a sash toss thrown up by Nacho trying to stop that.
Yeah,
but he beads it on that
he
crazy
beads
play
before. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. No, he's a smart guy and a good player. How good is he? Alpha Draft, is he #1?
I would imagine so.
He is. Andinster putting up a 50-point performance, damn near. Baskin putting up 47.5. MLC Stealth at 40. Hindla at 30.9 and BaRRaCCuDDa 30.4. Nice performance with Cloud9.
Notably, the Hunters on the bottom of the list today. But we're done talking about Cloud9. I want to talk to Eager here. Zap on the line, and we're going to talk about their split today. Zap, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
You know.
Yeah, good, man. Those are some killer
That was
games.
a great set.
Tell us just a little bit about, I mean, like, you guys got the first blood in game #2 after a tough win in game #1. Looking pretty good, and Cloud9 rallies back well. I mean, how kind of, just take us through a little bit of kind of the emotion. How like high tension is it in these sets, especially against another top North American team?
Yeah, it's always great playing against C9 because you know, they're one of probably our biggest rivals. We have a lot of rivals between Stealth and Last, me and BaRRa, etc. So it's always really close. Those games were tough for us because they had Janus, and even though we could have a lead early, it's the fact that if one of us goes a little too aggressive to push our lead, instantly Janus ults over. while the rest of our mid laner is mid and he can't rotate as fast. So it was really tough to push our leads, but we won game 1 through our team fights in the beginning, and the second game we kind of made a lot of miscommunications with some Krakens and some Naja ults and stuff like that, and they took advantage of that, and then a couple bad calls, and they won the game.
Well, that was game 2. I mean, game 1 was insanely strong, and I think a lot of that had to do with the rather curious and still absolutely amazing build and play coming out from DaretoCare. Talk to us about the Reinforced Greaves.
Yeah, Dare kind of plays a different style of jungle than most of the other guys.
Anyone?
Like Andinster, you see Andinster building crit on Thor and stuff like that. Dare would never do that. He's more of like a facilitator. He likes to set up plays and all that kind of stuff. So he just plays a different style.
How much of that build and those kinds of, the switch from Lassiz to go for core gem of isolation pickups in the 3rd slot factors in from like kind of team-wide theory crafting? Like, are you guys all sitting down with coach and analyst and working through these things, or are these kind of come up? Do the players come up with these builds, or are these something that, like, the team kind of theory crafts together?
I mean, it's a bit of both. We have credit in all our scrims, and he's like, oh, what if you try this in this situation? Maybe this item would have been better for team fights overall. So most of our builds are built around team fighting. I
think a lot of teams don't have that luxury of having a 6th person on their comms watching their scrims so intently, especially in the same house. So obviously there's a lot of value there. As a final note, you guys are doing very well right now in North America. Are you guys already preparing for LAN, or are you still focused on the season?
We like to take it a game at a time. So we haven't really been thinking about LAN. We've just been thinking about C9 this week. Next week we play against AFK, which is going to be our next focus.
Yeah, that's definitely a big focus.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think another couple wins here this split, you can secure that 2nd place spot. And, well, looking good in that Neith skin as well, Zapman.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can see you at EGR Zapman on Twitter, /Zap55 on Twitch. Any calls or shout-outs before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to my team, working hard every day, trying to get better and better each week. Shout out to all the eager fans out there, and shout out to you guys for your amazing cast.
Thank you, Steve.
How would you know?
And away he goes. He just
playing.
Assumes. It's me. He just likes me. Let's take a look at the NA standings as we've wrapped up the final game of Saturday. Envy us, unaffected, but eager and TSM, Cloud9, and Enemy. Those top, 4 of the top 5 teams in North America getting shaken up a little bit here.
Well, Cloud9 still has 2 more sets to play to catch up to the amount of games that TSM has played. So it's possible that we could still see a tie week to week.
That's right, yeah. But Eager improves to 15-7 with a 1-1 split against Cloud9.
Yep.
Cloud9 continuing to hold a winning record through week number 8.
Let's take a look at EU now, Bars.
Yeah, how did they wind up at the end of today's games?
Epsilon,
well, Epsilon, they didn't play. They're doing just fine. Paradigm, Fnatic,
look at that.
London Conspiracy, Dignitas, Myrmidons all playing.
21-1. That's crazy.
Hell of a slash line.
I mean, IRAFer and the boys look.
But Fnatic split with London Conspiracy today, which is important because that puts London Conspiracy tied with Titan.
Yeah, Dignitas has a little bit more work to do, having a few more losses than they need to be able to make that land. Myrmidons still pretty far behind there, need to catch up. They keep splitting in places where they need to take these 2-0s. It's not happening.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But, guys, we do have still one more day of play this week. And if you want to get involved with those games, you can do so for these games and next week's games on alphadraft.com. Earn real money playing fantasy esports.
Actually, there are a few people that were in my chat a few days ago when I was streaming saying that they've been doing it and doing well. And they said it's been working out. They're going to keep with it, which is pretty awesome. I'm glad to see people are actually using it. I love that.
Yeah, I wonder who's made the most money off Smite so far.
Divios.
You think so? He's been gambling?
Actually, no. I think it's andinster.
He's been rolling them dice?
No, he's been winning the tournaments.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. The highest net worth player, sure, certainly. A couple notes about Smite World Championship before we let you guys go. Hey. I did mention it earlier in the broadcast. Tickets are available now. $1 million on the line. SWC, that's SmiteGame.com, here in Atlanta, January 7 to 10.
It's actually $1.15 million if you count the Xbox tournament. That'll be happening as well.
There is an Xbox tournament as well. No, 1.25. It's $250,000 for Xbox.
It's $150,000.
Well, you're forgetting the open bracket pricing as well.
Is there more money?
There's more! Yeah, I think we're going to pay out most of the teams that play in the open bracket, like top 16 or something. SWC cosplay contest as well. 20K in prizes there. Oh, money just flying left and right here in January here in Atlanta.
I can hear that little girl in my head going, money match me at Worlds. Comes up with the Scylla costume.
Best in show, best youth group, and many, many more cosplay opportunities. And finally, Praise the Sun, still active. Double fantasy points this weekend and 50% off Sun Gods to celebrate the addition of Soul
This is
and with the exception of Soul.
This is a perfect time too, because like every one of these gods is
Viable
in the
and good.
meta.
Yeah.
Like super well.
Go buy
in
your
the meta.
Kepri. He's the most valuable. And looking forward to tomorrow, October 11th. Fnatic Myrmidon starting the day off. Justice Epsilon following it up from there. Then it's Cloud9 versus Cog. And finally, Elevate Denial to round out week number 8, guys.
I'm excited for Elevate and Denial tomorrow.
It's a good,
Elevate
yeah.
has been playing up super well, and
those
Denial
games
has just
together?
had some roster swaps. The bottom seed might be able to take a pretty big win on an established team here.
Maybe they can start inching their way back up into that 6th place spot over Denial. They have to 2-0 the rest of the
Well,
games.
Denial's 7th. It's actually Cog right now.
Right, they have to leapfrog Denial and then find a way for Cog to lose a bunch of games as well. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but
real hard.
I think they still control their destiny. They can still find a way to make that 6th place spot, guys. But that does do it for our broadcast today. We'll see you all again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For Brandon, I'm Bart, Tom, Kevin, everyone else. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Go to sleep. Open my eyes. Not one sound. Whatever is calling, baby, you know I'll turn around. Baby, you know I'll turn around.